All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We're going to have some fun today, and we're going to do some life draining of our opponents with the Golgari list, because there's lots of cool cards that work together, and we haven't done this in a minute. All right, so we're going to start with Virulent Emissary, because it is a way for us to gain life, and it does make it hard for your opponents to attack into us. Of course, Deep Cavern Bat, because it's a nuisance for your opponents, and it actually gains life. We are going to play one Scheming Silver Tongue, because this is a way that we could draw some extra cards occasionally, though arguably maybe we could play two, and we'll talk about where here in a second. We do have Esper Origins because it also gains life and can get us a body and does a few different things. But we have Intrepid Paleontologist. Now, I do think we could cut one of these to play another Silver Tongue potentially, but I do like having these against the graveyard. You know what? Let's just do it. I like having it against graveyard decks. I also like the mana that it provides, but I think we're going to be okay. Let's just play three of them. And then we have Winterbloom Charm because it does gain 5 life in a pinch, but it can also help us draw cards, and it destroys other small things. Probably going to be Llanowar Elves and Badger Ball Cubs, but we'll see. I guess also some Otter tokens. Carsey Revenant, just really good. Death Touch, life gain, and actually flies, which is fantastic. We can put those on another creature. Maelstrom Pulse is just a catch-all removal in here. Elegy Acolyte. This is one we don't get to see too much, but it does have lifelink, and gaining chunks of 4 is actually very big, while also maybe getting us other creatures. This is the card, though, Enduring Tenacity, really the card that we want, because every time we gain life, opponent loses that much life, and as you can see, almost everything in the deck gains life, so that's actually going to be pretty big. But also Delian Fell, right? If we can get the emblem, especially an emblem alongside Enduring Tenacity, we probably just win. And then we're going to play one copy of Bloodthirsty Conqueror, because if we have the tenacity and we get the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, well, once we attack, we probably win. So just, we'll see if it works out. I don't ever really get to play with this. I have lots of opponents that have played some version of this card in a deck against this, usually with the 2/4 bat demon thing, so but we'll see if it works out for us. Also, as a reminder, if you're going to be doing any shopping for Magic cards, especially with all of the new stuff from Marvel superheroes around the corner, check out our friends at Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com. And if you use my code DRAGON, which is just DRAGN, it'll save you 5% on everything you buy over there. For now, though, let's go see how fast we can drain our opponent's life totals. Yeah, sure. We'll see how many of these creatures live. Oh, man. All right, well, at least we drew that, so that makes it not hurt so bad. I was going to say, if they play red or black mana first, you're like, I guess we don't want to play the Paleontologist. But now if it dies, we have a Carsey Revenant, and that doesn't feel so bad. Oh, it's a Raphael. Well, now. Isn't that something?
Follow my instructions.
I don't think they have haste stuff.
Survive.
If they do, so be it. You got me, opponent. But I don't think they do. So then we can gain life and play either Carsey Revenant or Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, they had a hasty guy, though. I was wrong. There was a hasty guy over there. Wait, you're just attacking us and not our Planeswalker? Oh, they really want to run up the, what's it called? The engines. Okay. I kind of want to draw a card here. Okay, that worked out. It really was about us getting a land. I wasn't sure we were going to for a second. So let's destroy this guy. And then let's play Silver Tongue. War Leader's Call, you got it. And a Headliner, you got it. You attack, I block. I'll take a free point of life. That seems like a good old time. 2, 4, 5. We'll have 6 mana. You know what? I'll gamble and take 2. What the hell? Why not? Gain some life.
The right spell turns poison.
And let's gain some more life. Don't really need to land. Probably don't need another paleontologist either. Alright. No need to attack. We'll just sit back. We're at 21, so I don't think there's a combination of things we die to, but what do I know? Maybe it's another like War Leader's Call plus copy the headliner or something crazy. Alright. Here comes chunks of 2 damage. Yep, House Squad Heavy, sure. I mean, the good news is they're mostly doing what they want, and we're not under siege of any kind, so that's actually very good. Though now, their House Squad Heavy is actually active. Interesting. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll block and block, because why not? So we go to 11, opponent loses a point of life. We will gain life.
I can heal you.
So opponent goes to 9. 1, 2. We'd have to take 2 from this, though. That is a little scary. But we do get a body out of this. So let's see what happens. What do you get on top? Ooh, a Virulent Emissary. We definitely don't... Well, maybe we want the land. Because then we get a free... Or an easier to cast Carsey Revenant. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that land can stay, actually. Oh, yeah. And then we'll draw it here. So opponent goes to 7. And then we'll play the Carsey Revenant. And then they're going to be at 4 if we just block. Just trying to do the math at 16. Like, what could they draw that's going to be scary? But, I mean, if they have what's-his-name, Krenko, that's just hell, right? All right, no attacks. If it's Krenko, I think we just lose. Because then you make 4 goblins. Oh, it's another House Squad Heavy. All right, I guess it's a good thing we saved a block. It wasn't Krenko, though. Krenko would have been bad. I think we're okay, right? 2 goblins, so we go down to 10. But we're also going to gain 4 when we block. I mean, you just get in there with everybody, right? No, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, we're blocking for sure. We've not drawn... Oh, no, we drew a Maelstrom Pulse at least earlier in this game. I was going to say, have we seen no removal? Because that's what it feels like. Opponent, if you're not attacking with everything... Well, I mean, 2 of those have to attack. So, yeah, that's actually bad for the opponent. Because we just block, they lose 4, and then we attack with the flyers. Yeah, the House Squad Heavies are actually doing the opponent in on this one. Wow, that's sick. Yep. All right, they lose 4. I mean, I guess we could... Oh, well, then there's that, too. Well, we'll do this just for the sake of it, since we have the mana. Why not? I mean, but opponent dies like 4 different ways here.
I have life essence.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty gross, because they died to Delianfell. They died to just Carsey Revenant attacking, because they're at 3. But then, also... anything we do that gains any amount of life with the Conqueror would also have won. So, yeah, even if we'd have lost a creature or 2, we'd have been fine. I almost feels bad playing a little, like, 1/1... I won't say do nothing, because it actually does something, but... I really, really want to Paleontologist here, but I'm going to go ahead and bat. I kind of want a Paleontologist just because we have the Carsey Revenant in hand. But if I do that, I'm not playing the bat next turn, so kind of is whatever. If I take the cover up, yeah, sure, fine. I guess I could have taken like the Witherbloom Charm and make him play the Strategic Betrayal and then sack the other guy. Just cost them a couple of turns, but they had multiple 2-mana removal spells. I mean, the opponent's basically playing a deck that's all removal. So we'll go attacking. Like, which way do you want to remove the Deep Cavern Bat, is what this comes down to. All right. So they only have one land left in hand. They have Strategic Betrayal. I guess we play the other bat. And then we just take the Witherbloom Charm. And then just hope they don't get to 5 mana before we do what we need to do, I guess. I mean, it's kind of where we're at. Well, never mind. They will get there. That settles that. What do they have in the graveyard? Not much. Okay. Well, sadly, we still can't cast that. We can't destroy this because it's indestructible. I mean, do we even bother? I mean, I guess so. It just forces them to use removal, I guess. Yeah, we didn't draw very well here. Needed more black mana. Well, there's a Cornucopia. So unless we get another Deep Cavern Bat, we will be seeing the Deadly Cover-Up next turn. Oh, it's not necessarily true. We could get rid of this. Yeah. Alright, fine. I mean, the odds are they're going to draw land anyway, but in the meantime... we're just kind of toying with our food, as the saying goes. All right, there's a Deep Cavern Bat. Good job. We will take... oh, you having a Johnny. Oh, that is good to know. Oh, but you don't have double white. Oh, look at that. All right. Yeah, I'll still attack. Whatever. I mean, if you get the white land, play the Ajani. Whatever. All right, cool. Man, I don't know how we beat a deck that was basically all removal, but hey, thank you, Deep Cavern Bats, I guess. Ew, no, we can't keep that. All right, this is at least something we can work with. Yeah, the other hand, unfortunately, just had too many of the 4s, and we just weren't... I mean, everything was 3 and 4, and we weren't going to really do anything in the opening turns. And that's one of those tough things. If you're playing against an aggro deck, you're just getting run over. If you're playing against a slower deck, then they've not had to deal with any threats before then, right? So you kind of got to be able to do something against one of those decks in the hand that you're keeping. At least here, if the opponent plays, I don't know, Llanowar Elf, Badger Mole Cub, we can try to get rid of it and then follow up the next turn with a Karsi Revenant and not be too far behind. But they played neither, and they played a Storm Chaser's talent. Pass the turn. Would you like to play? Nope, they would not. All right, actually, this kind of works out okay. Let's go ahead and just destroy permanent. Actually, I kind of want to get rid of that, but this is more important. And then we'll go ahead and play a Karsi Revenant, which I will block if they allow us to with the Slick Shot. Elusive Otter, you got it. Yep, Storm Chaser's talent. You got it. Play the Enduring Tenacity. Attempt to attack. Probably going to get bounced, but if not, we're kind of okay with that. All right, now it's just how much damage do we take? We could very well be dead because I attacked. But we'll see. It's going to be a lot either way. It's just how much is it? That's the real question. Yep. And another one that gives something else flying? Oh, a turn inside out. That's sick. All right, well, you got there. Congrats. Like I said, I knew the risk. Like, oh, that wasn't enough? How was that not? Oh, I thought they had another spell. They didn't, though. Oh, well, hmm. All right, well. Ooh, another Carsey Revan and another Enduring Tenacity. Huh. Well. And you have 2 cards left? Attacking puts us at 12. They go to 4. But this would go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, no, I guess we can't attack. I think I did that in the wrong order. I should have left the Enduring Tenacity on top. But, oh well. We already made the play. Because playing in Tenacity would end up in way more damage if we attack with the Carsey Revan, or at least force them to block with the Slick Shot. However, if we block, they still lose a little bit of life. So that could matter. They also know we have at least 2 life incoming from the Esper Origins. Alright, so Wild Ride, we can't block that. Okay. We didn't immediately die, so that's good. But they're taking damage. Oh, are you going to fling something? Oh, of course they are. Okay, we can't play the Death Cap Glade on 1 if we want to. I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to hope when we play a Deep Cavern Bat on turn 3, it's good enough. Unless we draw an untapped land. Or I say particularly an untapped black land is what matters. Yeah, if they're doing the aggro plan, we should be able to gain enough life that this doesn't completely wreck us. But we'll see. Though the funny thing is, they also don't care if we block with our Death Touchers because that thing just keeps coming back, so. Oh. Bat for bat, huh? I mean, you probably take a Silver Tongue, but you also might not want us to have a bat. Okay. I get it. We're attacking. And then we play a Silver Tongue. And I didn't draw mana, so any removal spells I have are live. Take what you will. We can't cast either one of them anyway. Alright. Attack with the Knuckleheads. I'm not sure what they have going on. Oh, hey, guess what? I'll sacrifice one of the Knuckleheads. Sure. We're just gonna have a lot of them, I guess. No attacks. Come on, untap land. That's all we need next turn. Just an untapped land would be fantastic. Yeah, let's block and block, I guess. No point in double blocking the miner because, like, they target something, they just get it back. Didn't really want to play that game. Oh, no! This sucks. This is the worst feeling. We can't find a 4th land while we just sit here. That is brutal. Gonna pump your creature up or something? Sure, why not? You got it. Hey, we found a land. We get to do a thing. All right, so here's what we're going to do. They know we have 2 of these, so we're not really surprising anyone. I don't even care about getting the bat back. I want to get back this enduring tenacity. Yeah, sure. Feel free.
I'll be in my office. Be gone from my presence.
No attacks. Doesn't really change anything. Yep, and that's going to do it. That's a wild game. The opponent did pretty much everything their deck wants to do, while we sat here on 3 land until whatever that was, turn 6 or 7, and ultimately won just because we had emissaries that were able to gain life and get a few points in. Man, Magic's wild sometimes. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Here comes an emissary. Oh, I don't like that. I have other things. Actually, you know what? You know what? I am going to... Man. Nope, I'm just going to get rid of that. I talked myself into it. Yes, I could have attacked first. They weren't blocking, honestly. It's the mono-white Aura's deck or the blue-white Aura's deck. They're not blocking with that. Yep, there's the ward spider, which we expected to see. Let's see what auras you have. Alright, so you have Shards, Mage's Rescue, Seam Rip, Feather Flight. Kind of want to take the Shards, Mage's Rescue. But the problem is you just Seam Rip are bad anyway, and then you have access to it. So I guess we got to take the Seam Rip. And just kind of see what happens. This might end up being one of those games where we're like, how much life can we gain versus how much damage they could deal, you know. Interestingly, we do have a Maelstrom Pulse. And they have 2 Feather Fly. Oh, they found another Seam Rip. That's gross. But here's what's funny. They're going to play the other Seam Rip here. And then we get both of our creatures back. Now, not necessarily perfectly ideal, but it does take away the scary card, so when we eventually get another removal spell, that would be nice. So let's do that. Because we're going to need to get rid of the Sarge Mage's Rescuer. That's probably the only way we can get out of trouble. But having Death Touchers is nice. Because if they do go to block, we can still create lots of pressure. I mean, I was going to say, if you're not blocking, you might as well be attacking. Okay, that's fun. Let's go and see what you're working with. So, same things. I guess we just take the spider? Mostly because them having fewer creatures is good. Maybe we find a removal spell. But that spider will be quite large and be able to gain a bunch of life. Well, can't gain life yet. They do have other ways that they might draw. But they could also just draw land. Because, you know, we gotta believe. Alright, no blocks. And we're currently gaining enough to not care too much. Come on, you know you want to block, opponent. You want to trade. You know you want to. Dang it. I was actually kind of hoping they would. Alright. Another spider. What's the last card? Last card appears to be something relevant. That worries me. If they're not playing it, I wonder if it's an actual Shards Mage's Rescue. If it's a Shard Mage's Rescue, what is it worth it to attack with here? Just, this gives hexproof. But it would give something flying, which we don't like. All right, so let's sample the board. Let's go with this. And I'm doing this mostly to see if they're willing to maybe pump up a creature, block the Acolyte. Then we could use Delian Fell to get rid of something. Maybe. Huh. They weren't into that idea. All right. Well, since I feel like that's the card, I'm just going to gain life.
I'll handle this. This will only sting for a moment.
And then they're going to have to waste turns attacking into Delian Fell. All right, cool. Yeah, so it turns out, actually, getting rid of the Scavenger was actually the right play. It's usually the right play, though, if you have the ability to get rid of it on turn 1 or 2. Because they did have the protective spell in hand with the Shard Mage Rescue, and they had a bunch of auras, as it turned out. So this game could have went really far south if I'd have chosen a different path there on turn 2. Double Death Cap Plate. Nah, I can't keep that. Let's mulligan. And away you go, Bloodthirsty Conqueror. If it's ever an opener, we just shove it to the bottom of the library, knowing we're just not drawing it this game. Sleight of hand. Weird is when you see sleight of hand, you don't really know what type of deck it is yet. Because it could just be elementals trying to play Sunderflocks, or it could just be the hyper aggro, Izzet, whatever piles. Hey, I love that. Going after our little guys. Now, if we could just find more mana, actually find a 3 mana thing, preferably like a Karsi Revenant, then find a 4th land, it'd be great with all these life blinkers and stuff. Be fantastic. There we go. At least we found the land. Especially since, as it turns out, we need to destroy that anyway. All right, no attacks. Love it. Are we going to get to resolve an Elegy Acolyte? That is a real question. The best part is they're spending all this effort, and it's like, we're just going to chump block a 4/4. Unless, of course, they have another bounce spell, but, like, we're, of course, incentivized to block. Ooh. Tenacity. Nah, I'm going to go with this. I don't know, they could be playing Lightning Strike. Not likely. Those decks generally are playing just the 1 mana things. If we block, we gain 4 as opposed to the damage we're taking, but we're probably going to play a Tenacity and attack, I think. Yeah, it's not worth it, opponent. Do whatever you're going to do. Burst Lightning, bounce some stuff, do your thing. Yep. Let's see what else you got, because you're holding on to something. Yeah, I was going to say, there had to be something. We knew better. Oh, they had the burst lightning. Boo. Oh, they had everything. Yeah, we were just dead. All right. We needed another removal spell. Didn't find one. Let's keep it. Can't really gripe about this, truthfully. Yeah, I think I know exactly what we need to do for this deck. We'll talk about it at the end of the video, but there's a pretty obvious thing we need to be doing. Oh, Llanowar Elf. All right, let's see what you got. Innkeeper's talent for counters. Defend the rider. Michelangelo. Saved by the shell. I think we just take Michelangelo. And I guess I'm just willing to attack here because they don't have any other threats at this point. So, like, sure. I would trade for your Llanowar Elf. Now, I would hope they try to play their Innkeeper's talent. Yep, like I say, but if they were patient, they wouldn't. So now we're going to get a chance to get rid of the Llanowar Elf. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're leaving their mana open to defend their guy. Yeah, that's fine. Let's attack. When they go to target to defend their thing, we'll just kill it with the Witherbloom Charm. If they don't block, then we'll just use the Esper Origin. Yep, you got it. Yep, we saw that coming. All right. Oh, well, they found another Michelangelo. So be it. Now we're going to have to deal with the big creature, and this is where we want to draw our untapped land. This gives trample as well, so we have to be aware of that. Kind of want the opponent to use that on defense. Oh no, that's really bad. That's really, really bad. Oh, and no lands on top. Dang it. All right, we got to get rid of both of them. Our hand's of fours. I mean, we can't, you know, we don't really have a choice. All right, go attacking. Nope, they're going to give something. Doesn't get reach. Like, what are we doing? All right. Sure. You got it. Your guy has hexproofish stuff, ward, but all right. He's big. We ain't doing nothing about it. I mean, if we had our mana, I think we'd be pretty okay here, but since we don't, just is what it is. All right, we got it. I just don't know if it's too late. Not sure if this is going to be enough, but it slows some of the damage down while we try to figure something out. Badger Mole, you got it. Interesting. We didn't put the counters on our other duder? Huh. I mean, I appreciate it. All right. I don't feel like we should be in this game. Like, this happened, I think, earlier in the video, right? Where I got stuck on lands and then things just kind of sort of happened. I mean, if we attack with both, we lose a creature, we get a 2/2. I think we're okay with that. Just trying to think how much your opponent can attack for. 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 at a minimum. If they use that, yeah, sure. All right. Oh, no. Oh, that might just be the only mana they had. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, they also had to defend the rider? Oh, bro. I was thinking they just had one way to save a creature. That's really bad for us. So they still get to keep the trampling spell in hand. Dang. Well, that's not scary. That just adds mana, so whatever. If we let that through, I'm like, you don't have any other mana. We don't die here, right? Like, you block this, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus this. Yeah, no blocks. Down to 10. Oh, well, that's way late. Go to attacks. Sure, you got it. That's still going to be plenty. All of them triggers. Look at that. Whoo, what a way to come back. So gross. Wow. I don't know what lesson we've learned, because when we got stuck on lands, those are the games we won fairly easily as it was. So I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about this, because there is something I definitely would change about the final list. All right, so first things first, I don't think this deck actually really even needs the Bloodthirsty Conqueror. While it is neat to get it, and it's kind of a 2-card combo in some scenarios, really, with the Enduring Tenacity or whatever, it's just not really what you're trying to do. In pretty much every opening hand, you're going to mulligan it and put it to the bottom, right? But that's good because it opens up room for removal, right? Because that was the biggest issue with this deck. I think it needed just a couple more removal spells, even if it's just like 2 copies of the whatever, the one where you discard, destroy a creature or planeswalker. Like, just play a couple of those, I think. Yeah, a couple of triumphs, because we can lose the life in this deck and it doesn't really matter that much. Or we could play like one more Maelstrom Pulse and something, but realistically, I think this is where we want to be. Now, some of the control decks are going to be a problem because we're not really being aggressive enough to beat them down and make them fear some big, hefty creatures. So you're going to be a little weak to like deadly cover-ups and whatnot, because they'll be able to get rid of your Carsey Revenant or get rid of your Enduring Tenacity. So that's unfortunate. However, now that you do have stuff like the Bitter Triumphs, if you have mana up, your opponent goes to use a deadly cover-up, you could target your Tenacity just so it goes to the graveyard and comes back first before the deadly cover-up resolves. So, you know, that's a thing you could do. That being said, we do need to find a way to get one more card out of the list. And I don't know what I want that card to be is the problem, because everything sort of has a purpose here. And I don't want to get rid of any of them. Now, I will say there were times we didn't really use the Scheming Silver Tongue's Sign in Blood, but that was mostly because in the scenario, I think, one, we didn't have the mana to spend realistically, and it was better just saving it as a blocker instead of attacking. So I don't mind that at all. But while I'm thinking about it, I also want to cut 3 forests. I say that kind of lightly. Maybe 4. Well, let's go 3, and I'm going to play 2 Verges and 1 more Swamp. Because the Verges make green anyway as the first color, so it's not like you lost any forests. But there were a lot of times where we needed more black mana, and being, you know, not able to play Emissary on 1 is like, it's a little unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Not being able to play like Revenant on 3 or Acolyte on 4, like those are, or Tenacity on 4, really, those are more problematic. But as it stands, we have 23 creatures in the deck. I don't know if we want to cut a creature. I don't think we can cut land because there's 24. This is a tough decision. I think, sadly, it has to be either Paleontologist or the Esper Origins. And I'm willing to cut an Esper Origins because I would rather still have cards against the graveyard decks. The other option is if you want to maybe play Strategic Betrayal instead of Bitter Triumph, then maybe you keep more of the Esper Origins or whatever, since it fits the life gain thing. But I do also like that occasionally you can just play Paleontologist on 2 and then play one of your 4 mana things. So yeah, I think this is the way as I would go. This was a fun one. I liked being able to use the Enduring Tenacity and just kind of get a lot of extra life drain off of your opponent. But I'll leave this list up like this. Y'all can decide how to play with it and what changes you want to make. It'll be over on Moxfield like always. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.